We need to establish something. It's not planting.
Bruv.
Some plantains.
Plantain.
Some plantains.
Plantain.
Can I have some cutlery, please?
Yeah,
some
maybe have
plates.
some.
Kind of establishment is this?
Hi, my name is Bugalja.
Hi, I'm Omar.
Hi, I'm Shaquille.
Hi, I'm Courtney Fagan.
Hi, I'm Tessa.
Hi, I'm Daniel.
And this is a seat at our table. Slaw, plantains. You know what though? Like, we need to establish something. It's not planting.
Bruv.
It's not planting.
Bruv, it's planting.
You guys are saying it wrong.
Some plantains.
Plantain.
So as a West African, we say it how it's spelled. Plantains.
As a Jamaican, in the Caribbean, we tend to say, plantain.
How beautiful the diaspora is that we
I
all
know.
can pronounce these words
I
in our own
know.
ways.
And we all agree that it's delicious.
Absolutely.
So, I'm from Sudan. I was born in Saudi Arabia. We basically spent our entire summer holidays in Sudan. And that's how I got to know, a lot of the family, the culture, the food, etc. What about yourself?
Well, my heritage is Zimbabwean. And my mother, she grew up on a farm. So I grew up in Essex. And so she chose that literally because she could be closer to farms.
So, I'm Nigerian, but born and raised here. Probably like the only one out of my family, my cousins, siblings that didn't get shipped back to Nigeria for at least 1 or 2 years. But yeah, been in London most of my life.
Well, family's from Caribbean, Jamaica and St. Kitts. Grandparents moved the Windrush generation. I've been born and raised in Nottingham my entire life. Apparently, one of my grandparents came over and she literally says that she just saw buses going to Nottingham. She had no real reason for going to Nottingham. So she just went, and then the whole family settled and built a life there. Yes, I've been in Nottingham my entire life, pretty much until maybe about 6 or 7 years ago when I moved to London, and now I'm in Brixton.
This delicious food is from Rudy's Jerk Shack.
I love that place.
Really?
Absolutely gorgeous.
Okay, I can tell in your voice. You're
Can't go
obsessed.
wrong, yeah.
Can I have some cutlery, please?
Yeah,
some
maybe have
plates.
some people want to get stuck in, actually.
What kind of establishment is this?
Can I just use my hands? Okay, you know what? Because this knife and fork thing is not...
What does it mean to you to have a seat at the table?
I think that from my perspective, I still don't see enough black engineers. And I think my purpose of having a seat at the table is to kind of be some sort of representation of what an engineer could look like. My old office was in Canary Wharf, one of those big shiny office buildings. And the security guard looked at me funny. He was like, what have you got? Are you delivering something? And it was like, no, I work here, and I had to show him my pass.
I had a meeting with someone from one organization and they were supposed to come down and sign me up for this thing. When I went to meet the guy walked up to me and was like, oh, so you've come to get me, have you? I was like, what?
Wow, because there isn't a whole lot of us that you see us in these kind of spaces. People
It's
are
just the assumption.
Yeah, a lot of people just assume.
For me, especially as someone who didn't have a role model essentially, to see a black queer man in the role that I'm in, growing and accelerating that quickly, that was really scary. That's super nerve-wracking. And it's one of those things where you deserve this, and you're worthy, and that your work can speak for itself, but you have this voice in the back of your head that's either A, you don't deserve to be here, or B, it's not just about you. If you fail for everybody.
But no, you have the skill set, so you should be here.
Why not?
You do. You deserve to be here.
Exactly.
I feel like it's just something that we live with every day.
Yeah.
You've just got to, as you say, just try and push through it. Say your affirmations.
Have the
make
right
sure.
cheerleaders around you.
Yeah, have cheerleaders. Have a strong tribe that supports you. A really good, strong support system.
It's interesting because growing up in Saudi Arabia, I was token black guy. Moved to Oxford, again.
Token black guy.
Token black guy. In one hand, it gave me a lot of time to have introspect and review and be like, well, who do you want to be? Yeah. And then it makes it a lot easier to go through life without having people shake your core or foundation. I was fortunate enough to make it where I am now. Others, not so much. So you feel like, well, if you're not necessarily seeing yourself in those areas, how can you dream?
It's hard to dream, right? Well, I think it's very important to create space so that workplaces look like society, particularly in tech, which in my mind is here to democratize more spaces and society in general. Having a seat at the table means to me that myself, people like me, or people who look at me and think that somehow they see part of themselves in me or my journey or my experience, feel like they have opportunity to be able to pursue what they want to pursue, and that's in any discipline.